Good evening, YouTube. It's your boy Zulu Gullah. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Um, I figure I'd tap in with y'all. Been a little bit of gap, man. I just ain't been able to try to do two streams or more a day, especially with all this craziness going on. But I want to tap into y'all about that, man. Just tell y'all to continue to be careful, be on alert, pay attention to your surroundings. If you're not really in company and in conversation with like minds, keep your conversation to a minimum. Because let me tell you something. I'm about to tell you something that's clear cut, and you can take my word for that, right? Now, I expect this election situation to linger just because I know Trump's not going to concede. Uh, he has many different avenues to go through. He's going to exhaust all of them, uh, which he should. Now, Biden, for, for instance, if he does happen to be able to uh, obtain his lead and grip on the White House even after Trump exhausts all remedies, you want to keep political discussions and things of that nature away from people who you know are not of like minds, because you don't know what they'll do. And I'm basing that on the fact that this election basically was stolen. It was irregular voting activity processing. So anybody that would do something like that uh, to obtain the presidency and in disrespect of the actual president, you have to question what would they do to you. And for me, from what I've seen, observed, was fact with my own eyes witnessing, the Democratic Party um, is pretty much off the books for me. I don't care how they feel about it, but I just can't participate in in cheating. I can't do that. Not that I was even going for the Democrats, but I'm for the most part bipartisan. I go with the best deal. And I figured Trump was the best deal, especially for straight black men. Before that, take it back to 2016, had the Democratic Party not done to each other what they basically did this year in this election and what they've been doing to each other all along, uh, I would have went with Bernie in 2016. They've cheated Bernie twice like this. They cheat each other like this. So there's no integrity in their party. I just can't fool with it anymore. And that's just me. Uh, Now, Bernie changed over the course of 4 years. Bernie felt like he didn't believe black people should get reparations, which was a strike against, the credibility he had with me. So I was like, okay, something's happening with Bernie. And then Bernie's behind the scenes now of what's going on. So basically, he succumbed to the nature of that party with all that infighting and cutthroatness that they do. So, I just can't get down with their party. And then, like, the people involved with their party, for the most part, um, that's in the actual hierarchy or has a position in it. I'm not talking about the regular people running around that's brainwashed or has no brain at all, just vote Democrat religiously every year, year to year. I'm not talking about them. They're not really a threat unless they can report you to somebody based upon if it gets that bad in the coming years. There's some policies out there, man, that Biden's got going on, that from the LGBTQ youth policy he has, which is probably going to bring in the pedophile, the P, to the violence against black women, which is pretty much going to allow them to do what they've been doing. They can talk to you any kind of way, disrespect you, try to have control over you. If you say anything to them, emotional, out of anger, um, calling them the B word or what like that, you're basically dealing with, a more extended extended hand of domestic violence. So being a black man right now on the horizon of Biden, you have to proceed in stealth, Sigma, and Rogue very carefully. So that's why I was telling you guys the other day, warning you, be prepared for Sigma and Rogue status. You know, I'm gonna add stealth to that. Do not discuss politics, being conservative, patriarchal with anybody that is not of a like mind. Do not do it. It's just not worth the hassle. It's just not worth you being in the wrong place at the wrong time around a crowd, and being able to get pointed out or looked upon. I was at work today. All I did today was question, hey man, I questioned a few coworkers like, do y'all think that this will stand? Like, do y'all think that this is okay? Like the way that they handled this election, and everybody was just like, long as Trump's out of there, it don't matter. And I'm like, but y'all don't understand. Like, if these people will cheat, change rules, not follow proper due process, basically go against legislation, the Constitution, all different types of things that are set in place to ensure the integrity of the election, they'll start doing things to you, which also, that reminds me, like the Second Amendment, that, Biden's going to try to confiscate guns, like all this stuff probably ain't going to end well. I just don't see conservative white men, especially, rural white men, I don't see them really giving up guns like that. It's going to be some standoffs here and there. The thing is, you got to make sure that it doesn't turn racial, and then like people from either side don't get you caught up in the middle. You don't want somebody from a side that you probably were going for based on policy, not necessarily that particular group, but the common denominator was the policy, and they don't recognize what you represent and who you are. So, you got to keep your eye on everything out here. But it's just been on my mind all day, man. I've been real laid back, taking it real easy. Once I was done with the conversation at work, because I didn't get into who I voted for or nothing like that. I didn't go into anything. I strictly just tested everybody, basically. I kind of set them up. But yeah, they don't care about how the election's handled. They don't care if it was cheating. They don't care if mysterious phantom ghost ballots popped up for the count, to add extra, counts. But I don't know, man. Like, people are dumb, man. The general public, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna give you an honest assessment as a black man. I'm done. Angry Man said this on his show today. He's done with the community. So am I. I'm done with the community. If you are a known brother, a good brother, again, straight black male, you're striving for, wealth, generational wealth, uh, patriarchy, then, I'm with you. But for the most part, I'm done with the community. My brother knocked on my door this morning, and he's as ignorant as it comes. You know, his whole thing was got to get that crack out of office, got to get that crack out of office. And I'm like, damn, bro, you don't even really know the policies. You haven't read the agendas. You definitely haven't seen alternative news sources and footage where, I've seen the whole footage of Trump denouncing white supremacy. My brother, he looks at straight mainstream media, which is controlled by the Democrats. So I wasn't even getting into that with him. He knocked on my door this morning. I didn't answer. You're going to have to cut some family members off, man. Like, I'm getting out of the community. I was in it, but I was in it for the sake of, I cared about my people. I would go back from time to time. I got family members and peers there, but done with the community. I'm done with it. It's failed anyway. Nobody's done nothing for it. Don't let anybody fool you. You know, you got these so-called educated brothers talking like they've done so much and they should be uh, regarded with renown, but they haven't. I mean, okay, you got educated, but the community's still in shambles. So, you know, last time I checked, it's a failure. So that's on everybody. Uh, so based on the ignorance, based on the lack of political knowledge, you know, how to study and check and be aware of upcoming agendas, policies, and bills within the black community. Everything was based off emotion, COVID, and racism. You know, let me repeat something about racism, man. And this is a well-known fact. And this is the honest God's truth, man. It's the honest God's truth. Racism is not going to go extinct. It's not going to go extinct. And any black person in this country, particularly, you know, competent, straight black men, we've been dealing with racism since whatever age you are. You can pull out various dollar bills, currency, things which we strive for. Pretty much all of them got a racist on it. The founding fathers were racist. The majority of them owned slaves. I think John Adams was the only one that wasn't a racist and didn't own slaves. Every president you had uh, up until Obama was a racist or pro-white. Now, Obama was pro-white and selective, which is just as bad as racism. What do I mean by selective, right? I think I told y'all this before, right? He skipped around and did things for everybody else but his own people. And he never really identified with black men. He actually scolded black men with his wife and women about us needing to do better. You know, so he is selective. That's just as bad as racism. He doesn't really identify with people. So the claim against Donald Trump being racist and all this hysteria about it, which basically just messed up an opportunity if Biden is allowed to proceed into the presidency, it's just basically a missed opportunity. You've let something that's inevitable cloud your judgment and critical thinking, you know, and that's what's happened. And I'm done with the community, man. Ice Cube said it best. I persuaded this man to put $500 billion on the table for y'all, and y'all went with Biden. Wow. He said, you know what? Have a nice life. That's what he said. I don't blame him. I'm doing the same thing. I ain't got Ice Cube money, but I got resolve. I got skills. You know, I got training. I just got sheer willpower. So I'm done with the community, right? So moving forward, you know, I'm advising all my brothers, continue your health and fitness, your militant combat skills. Go into minimalist mode. If you can get off grid, get off grid. Hopefully you got a passport. Start seeking dual citizenship. In the Philippines, you know, you can get a 2-bedroom house built for $6,000 American money. So it's start making alternative plans. You should have all types of money making apps on your cell phone, from Uber to whatever. Always keep those things on your phone, because guess what about those things? Doesn't seem ideal to a lot of people, but you can always just jump in your car, pack a bag, and go somewhere. Turn your phone on. You have employment and ability to make money wherever you go, which you can also use, you know, to get places to stay as far as the funds from it. I've done it before in the past. Going to another country, you have a means of income on your phone. So, you know, it's just, you just got to be foolproof, man. I would live minimalist, man. I would live very minimal. You know, now if you got assets, you got assets. So keep maintaining the quality of living that you have if you got significant assets and you can protect them, but also have a fail-safe plan. It is not smart if you don't already have kids, to have a kid, and it is not smart to take on a woman. Uh, and do not deal with BWs. I mean, off limits. I can't stress that enough. 90 some percent of black women voted for Biden. Yeah, that's a no no. Because you don't, women talk. This goes back to me telling you don't speak to people about your beliefs and your preferences, and especially politically. Women talk, they gossip. So uh, she's gonna spill the beans if you around a black woman. 90% of them voted for Biden. Nah, that ain't. You don't need to be around talking to her about nothing. Uh, you know, but there's places you can go, countries you can visit. You can get your fill of women in different countries. Or you can fly them in. However you want to do it. You want to leave these American women alone for right now. I mean, if you can pump and dump one of them here and there from time to time, cool. But for the most part, don't have them. Don't have them in your personal space, and don't have it to where they can pick up on your business and things like that. Locked out for right now. Too much of a risk factor. But yeah, minimalist, off grid if you can do it. Have backup plan, dual citizenship, have that passport. Uh, Load your phone up with money making apps. Load your cell phone up with money making apps you can take anywhere you go, even out the country. So that way you get somewhere, you can deliver food. You'll be able to find a job somewhere. If you got good savings, retirement stuff, all this stuff already, you're in real good shape. Uh, but I'm in minimalist mode. That's what I'm doing, keeping things to a minimal. Uh, I got multiple streams of income, so I'm gonna stay on the grind. I'm gonna continue my health, fitness, my militant combat training. I got my passport. My next step is working on a dual citizenship. So I'm gonna be looking at some countries that suit my needs. I had got some information back in 2006 on the cheapest places, well, cheapest vacations you can actually go, but you can also live there for a year off a certain amount of money. So I'm gonna share that with y'all. I'm gonna go dig that out and do a stream on that. So I'm gonna do something for y'all, man. Cause I don't like my surrounding. I don't like the vibe. I really don't, and I don't like my coworkers no more. I never really did. I never fraternized with coworkers like that. But like I said, I tested the stupidity of the people that I'm around, family and everybody. Nobody was exempt, and I'm about to go Lone Ranger. I'm talking about straight Sigma, rogue, stealth, off to myself, taking care of business. So that's what I'm about to do, and I advise y'all to do the same. If a network needs to be established amongst brothers, then we'll figure it out uh, in a timely manner. But spread the word, like, share, comment, subscribe. I got to get in on some live streams and announce, doing a live stream one day when we get some more people in here. Because we're going to come up with a hell of a regimen, man. This shit getting out of hand, and I'm sick of this shit, man. I'm sick of this shit. But it's your boy Zulu Gunner. Like, share, subscribe. I see you in that Sales HQ. I appreciate you coming through. Don't think I didn't see you. I would just get my words that I'm talking while I'm driving. Apologize for that. But stay up, brother. Keep handling your business. We'll be in touch, man. You be safe out there. Everybody be safe. I'm out.